Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about question number 1 from the chapter Systems of Equation in Real World Problems. So if you have already seen the question, it would look like this, right? And this is a table that we need to fill up. You can see that there are several empty boxes and we need to fill it up. To fill it up, we need the help of another table that is given before the exercise, okay? And the table looks like this one. You can see that two equations will be given, okay, and those two equation should look like this: a1x plus b1y plus c1. Here we are considering the coefficient of x in first equation a1 and in second equation a2, coefficient of y in first equation b1, second equation b2, and the terms that don't include x or y are called constant terms, and they're represented by c1 and c2, and you can see that they should be on the right hand side, okay? Now, based on their relation, like when we take the ratio of the coefficient of x, like if I ask you to take the coefficient of x, what you will do? A1 by a2, right? This one you will do. And the coefficient of y, that is b1 b2, so b1 by b2, if they are not equal, then based on that we are going to make some decisions, okay? We are going to say that these two equation represent straight lines which are intersecting. Now it is very important to know, and this, as this is new, this might look a little bit difficult to you, that each equation represents a straight line. What is the meaning of that? You will get a clear idea about that when we discuss the graphical problem, okay? You know that the simple simultaneous equation can be solved in four methods: substitution, elimination, cross multiplication, and graphical method. In question number 2, we are going to solve the equations using graphs, okay? So there you will see that from each equation we are going to get a straight line on the graph paper, okay? So how these two lines are going to be, that one we will just describe here, okay? So if the coefficient of x and y are not equal, then we will say that these two straight lines represent two intersecting straight lines. And if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, then we will check whether c1 by c2 this is also equal or not. If all three of them are equal, then we will say that two coinciding straight lines. And if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but c1 by c2 is not equal, then we will say the two different straight lines which are parallel. I think the parallel word you cannot see, okay? Now I will demonstrate you a little bit of the graphical presentation of the straight line, okay? Let us say we drew these two straight line on the graph paper, okay? So two straight line that intersect, that will be this case, okay? You can see one straight line is this one, another straight line is this one, and they are intersecting at a particular point. That point is actually the solution, right? You know that we try to find out the value of x and y. So this point in the graph will give us the value of x and y. So as they are intersecting in one point, they have only one solution. That is what they have written, only one common solution, okay? And two coinciding straight line. In this case, this one will happen. Both line will be on the same straight line. Both represents the same straight line. That is why they are meeting. We can say that they are meeting at each point, okay? Each point. As they coincide on each other, they meet at each point. That is why we say that infinitely common solution, okay? On each point we have a solution, on each point. And for the third case, the lines are going to be parallel, and you know that two lines that are parallel, they never meet each other, they never intersect each other. As we don't have an intersecting point in the third case, there will be no solution. There will be no solution. If you try to solve these two equations, you will not be able to find the value of x and y, okay? So based on this, we are going to fill up the above table, okay? So you know that a1 by a2, this is the coefficient of x and y. So for this equation, see, the coefficient of x here is 1. Whenever no number is written, the coefficient is 1, and here the coefficient is 2. So this is a1 and this is a2. So a1 by a2 means here 1 by 2. Then here y, the coefficient of y is 3 by 6, right? So 3 by 6. But remember, this can be reduced. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So it is actually 1 by 2, right? So if the first two are equal, you see that when the first two are equal, then only we check whether the constant terms ratio are equal or not, right? If the first two are not equal, then we do not check C1 by C2. As here 1 by 2, 1 by 2 first two are equal, we are going to check whether C1 by C2 is also 1 by 2 or not. So here C1 is 1, C2 is 2, so we will write 1 by 2. Now this is the case of this one, right? A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2. So we are going to write two coinciding straight lines. Oh, comparison of ratio, we have to mention here that this is the case A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2, all three equal. So position on the graph, that is this one, the location on the graph, two intersecting, we will write two coinciding straight line, the second one, right? So you will write two coinciding straight lines. Okay. Then consistent or inconsistent, we can see that it is consistent, so we will write consistent. And then the algebraic decision, that is this one, infinitely many common solutions. So we will write infinitely many common solution. Okay, as I don't have much space, I am just writing it in short, but you write full solution, SOLUTION solution. Okay, so in this way you have to fill up the full thing. Okay, let me show one more, and then 3 and 4 you try to do yourself. Okay, so this will be 2 by 1, then minus 5 by 3, minus 5 by 3, and then 3 by 1. So this is the case where the first two are not equal. So we will write A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. That is the case. So if this is the case, then location on the graph, two intersecting straight line. So two intersecting straight lines. Okay. And then it is going to be consistent. And then only one common solution. Only one common solution. Now this type of question, when you will see in the exam, this table using which we are solving, it will not be given to you. So that is why you need to memorize this table. Okay, when the first one not equal, then what you have to write in case of consistent, inconsistent, then location on the graph. This one you have to memorize. So please learn all this full table, because this will not be given in the exam. You have to write it from your memory. Okay. So number 3 and 4, you pause the video here and try to do yourself and then match the answer with me. Okay. So this is again going to be 2 by 1 minus 4 by minus 3 minus minus, even though we cancel, it is not going to be equal to 2 by 1. So 7 by minus 2. Again, this is the case where A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So it will be the same. You can write it yourself. And then here minus 1 by 2 divided by, here the coefficient of x is 1. So minus 1 by 2 divided by 1. So actually even if we divide by 1, it is going to remain minus 1 by 2 only, right? Because multiplying or dividing by 1 does not bring about any change. Okay. Now then it will be minus 1 by minus 2. So minus 1 divided by minus 2. So minus minus, when we cancel them, it is going to be 1 by 2 only. So again, you can see that they are not equal to each other, correct or not? So in this case, again we have to write 0 divided by 1, which is actually equal to 0. So they are not equal. Again, A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So we are going to write the same thing again. Okay. I hope this is clear. If you have any confusion, kindly let me know.